Introduction to Business Writing by Worldwide Education Services. And today is lesson 6, and we are going to be looking at some common writing errors. Common writing errors. We'll be going through each point individually, but let's just look at the main points. Too much or too little information. The failure to emphasize and clarify key ideas. Awkwardly constructed phrases and sentences. And the lack of consideration for the reader's needs. Too much or too little information. We have already looked in a previous lesson at keeping your writing concise. However, many people, in trying to keep their writing concise, make it too concise, and they miss out information that is important. And so it is important to make sure you give all the necessary information, because without that information, what's the point of writing? It is also important not to give too much information, or information that is not needed. So don't babble on about your private life or say how good something else is when you're talking about another product or service. Stick to the point. Failure to emphasize and clarify the key ideas. Many people bury the message in the document. That means that they do not emphasize the main points. Now, what that means simply is, instead of saying clearly at the beginning of the message, they say, "How are you today? I hope everything is fine. Thank you very much for writing to me," and blah, 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 blah. Wrong. Say why you are writing clearly in the first or second sentence. Don't ramble on. Don't say too much before you give the reason why you're writing. Awkwardly constructed phrases and sentences. Now remember, please, keep your writing clean and simple. Do not try to show off how good you are by combining sentences together. If it can be written in 2 sentences, use 2 sentences. Keep your sentences short and simple. Don't start making long, convoluted sentences. Do you understand that word? Convoluted. Look it up. But it means difficult to understand. So let's make sure that your phrases, your sentences are clear to understand. Lack of consideration for the reader's needs. Think of your reader. What information does she or he need? Not necessarily want, but need. How can you best give that information so they can understand it and use it? It's pointless giving information if they don't understand it. Not everybody you're going to write to is a native English speaker. What is their level of English? Even native speakers, their English isn't always good. Many native speakers have low vocabulary levels. So don't start using beautifully constructed vocabulary if the reader can't understand it. Also, don't use technical terms unless you know the reader knows what they mean. Abbreviations. Again, do not abbreviate. Make it clear. Acronyms. FYI, get it right, for your information. We know this. FOI, what does that mean? For our information. But not everybody knows what they mean. LOL, what does that mean? Laugh out loud or lots of love. It can be misunderstood, so don't use it. Exercise 6. Look at the following passage. Rewrite it so that the message is clearer and easier to understand. Put the reason for writing at the beginning, in the first sentence. Also remember other rules we've covered. Okay, have fun. Thank you for listening and reading, and I hope you have learnt something useful. There will be another 40 or so lessons like this, so please do subscribe and hopefully we can learn something. Leave comments. Tell me how I can make this better, please. Thank you very much. Have a good time.